Humble subscription-based game bundle Humble Monthly now boasts over 500,000 subscribers. It's a figure that comes less than 5 years into the program's lifespan, and something developers may be interested in knowing if they are considering working with Humble through one of the company's several bundles and partnerships. The 500,000 subscribers figure itself is now mentioned on the Humble career page, along with the fact that the company as a whole has now raised $145 million for charity, up from $100 million in late 2017. Humble got its start in 2010 with the idea that it could sell bundles of games and let people decide both how much they wanted to pay and what percentage of that would go to developers, Humble, and select charity partners. In the near decade since, Humble has expanded its offerings out to host thematic bundles for games, books, comics, and more, and also introduced Humble Monthly, its subscription-based bundle. Humble Monthly debuted back in 2015. Within 6 months it had attracted around 70,000 subscribers, and made it possible for Humble to pour money into the development of its Humble Originals, Humble published games that would later be released exclusively through Humble Monthly. By early 2018, that number had increased to 300,000 subscribers, and Humble's most recent count, the figure now sits around 500,000. Netmarble, Tencent, and private equity fund MBK Partners have formed a consortium so they can build for Nexon. Back in January, it was reported that Nexon founder Kim Yoon-ju was looking to sell a 65% controlling stake in the MAPLESTORY and Dungeon Fighter Online creator for $8.9 billion. Now, the Korea Times claims Netmarble, Tencent, and MBK will table a preliminary bid for the South Korean developer-publisher on February 21st. For what it's worth, Tencent and Nexon have worked together in the past, with the former holding the distribution rights to Dungeon Fighter Online in China. Netmarble, which is part-owned by Tencent, has also expressed an interest in the purchase, and is worried about the prospect of Nexon falling into the hands of an overseas company. Netmarble reviewed the acquisition of Nexon 2 months ago, and made a final decision a month ago. Commented a Netmarble official, "We believe that the tangible and intangible value of Nexon is a very important asset for the country. If Nexon is sold to an overseas firm, the Korean game industry and the ecosystem could be damaged, and its competitiveness weakened." McCree's debut game Slay the Spire has been earning a lot of acclaim lately, in large part due to its beautifully balanced deck builder meets roguelike design. If you are a fan, or just want to see how it was made, then come to the 2019 Game Developers Conference in March to get a behind-the-scenes look at how it was balanced. This is not just any game balancing discussion. The Slay the Spire staff team took a very metrics-focused approach to game balance early on, and McCree co-founder Anthony O'Gonnetty will tell you why and how in his design track talk on Slay the Spire, metrics-driven design and balance. Specifically, he will show you how the McCree team took a metric-driven focus early in development, and continued to make heavy use of data-driven development throughout the early access process. He will also look at how they utilized and engaged with community feedback on game balance, while maintaining game feel and difficulty over a year of constant updates and changes. Their efforts seem to have paid off, given the game's ongoing popularity. so consider making time to catch this talk. You can find more info about it and many others over on THEGDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GD 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22 at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Video transcript. Patreon vote topic results. www.patreon.com/. One question I get on a fairly regular basis during my game development career is, what is a metagame? There are actually two kinda similar, but pretty distinct things we refer to as metagame, and in this edition of Violence, a series about video games and video game design, I am going to talk about both and explain what they are. Metagame is a term that can be broadly defined as a game beyond the game. However, depending on the context, it can mean one of two things. First, let's talk about the mechanical metagame. Every game has a set of systems, mechanics, entities and loops that can be defined as the core gameplay. For example, Hearthstone's core gameplay is the battle between you and the opponent with a chosen class or deck. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the main gameplay is going around the open world, taking and completing missions where you engage with the core mechanics of stealth, navigation and combat. There are different kinds of missions, from assassination to chase ones, from main ones to side ones, but they all utilize the core gameplay one way or another. Metagame systems, however, do not. They are looping systems that wrap themselves around the core gameplay. They can affect it, but they do not take part in it. Let's take Hearthstone's daily quest system. For example, each day you receive a quest. The quest gives you gold. You can use that gold to make a purchase. You will get a card pack. That card pack then gives you cards that you can use to build your decks. That will help you complete more quests. That's Hearthstone's mechanical metagame. While the quests provide goals to build and during the matches, and the rewards of the metagame loop are helpful for the core gameplay, the systems do not actually utilize the in-game matches directly in any way, and you can do that loop, well, indefinitely. Now, stuff like Arena and Tavern Brawl are essentially on the same level as the ranked casual matches. They are alternative modes of the core gameplay, but not part of a metagame system. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, we have the Brotherhood metagame loop. You can find assassin recruits in the world, and recruit them to call upon when needed. But the main way to upgrade the recruits to eventually initiate them into the other is to participate in the metagame of sending them around Europe to get XP and also additional rewards for you. The economy system where buying things in the city will make you money over time is also essentially a metagame. Basically, most mechanical metagames evolve around some sort of progression, or economy that wrap around the core gameplay without directly utilizing it. These systems are usually created with the purpose of providing additional mid and long-term goals to the players, to keep them engaged with the core gameplay for longer. Now, let's talk about the emergent metagame. This type of metagame is specific mostly to competitive games, and is about strategies that players utilize and knowledge of those strategies to define your actions. As an example, if in Hearthstone, at the moment of writing this, you go against a mage, chances are you are going to face one of the specific archetypes players use currently. Knowing that this might be one of these archetypes, you then play accordingly as you figure out in your first turns what the opponent's deck is and how to best utilize your own to beat theirs. You might even face a mirror match and utilize the same archetype. So, knowing the current meta means to keep playing over and over until you start seeing repeating patterns. Well, with the current age of internet, go to a site that tracks that sort of stuff, depending on the game. The thing is, though, emergent metagame lives and changes over time. A couple years ago, it was hard to find a variety that was not a pirate one. But nowadays more control archetypes have resurged, from Dead Man's Hand warrior to Outcast Taunt warrior. Heck, the name's a handful. The meta is represented in a variety of different ways depending on the game genre, from timing and army composition in strategy games to team equipment and approach rules in team shooter games. The important aspect is the knowledge of what the opponent might be doing to figure it out and apply correct counters. The cycle of a metagame can be divided in 4 phases.